When people ask me if counting calories works for weight loss, I don't hesitate with my answer. Yes, it works. It has been the most powerful tool I've ever used in my weight loss journey. Not because it's glamorous or because it's fun, but because it forced me to be honest with myself in a way I had never been before. Counting calories stripped away my excuses, my denial, and all the little lies I used to tell myself about food. And if you've ever struggled with your weight, you know exactly what I mean. It's just a small bite, or I barely ate today, or this doesn't count. I lived in that cycle for years, wondering why nothing worked, when the truth was I had no idea how much I was actually eating. The first time I started counting calories, I'll be real with you, I got borderline obsessed. I weighed everything. I logged everything. If a crumb fell off my sandwich, I'd joke about whether I should track it too. And yeah, it was a little crazy. But that obsessive phase taught me more about food than any diet plan or fitness guru ever could. It was like putting on glasses for the first time and finally seeing the world clearly. Suddenly, I knew what 500 calories of chips looked like compared to 500 calories of chicken and vegetables. Suddenly, I realized that the tablespoon of oil I thought was tiny actually carried 120 calories by itself. That early obsession was my education. It taught me the reality of what was going into my body. And here's the thing. Calorie counting only works if you're brutally honest with yourself. If you track half the day and ignore the other half, you're just lying on paper. If you forget the snacks, the sauces, the drinks, you're not really counting. I had to learn that the hard way. At first, I wanted to cheat the system. I'd think, I won't write down this handful of nuts, or I'll skip logging that soda. But those little things add up, and they add up fast. What I discovered is that the honesty itself is what makes calorie counting powerful. Not the app, not the numbers, not the math. It's the accountability of writing down the truth, even when it hurts. In the beginning, it can feel overwhelming, even depressing. Seeing the reality of how much you've been eating is a hard pill to swallow. There were nights where I'd log my day and think, no wonder I'm fat. No wonder I can't lose weight. It stings. But that sting is also what wakes you up. It's what shakes you out of denial. And in a strange way, that obsession, that raw honesty, is what gave me the power to change. Because once you know the truth, you can do something about it. Over time, though, something interesting happened. I stopped needing to log every single thing. And that's because as humans, we're creatures of habit. We eat the same foods over and over again, whether we realize it or not. Once I shifted my diet toward healthier choices, my meals became more consistent. I knew the numbers. I didn't have to look them up anymore. A bowl of oatmeal with banana and peanut butter, I already knew the calorie range. A grilled chicken breast with rice and broccoli, same thing. By living in those numbers long enough, I absorbed them. They became second nature. And that's when calorie counting transformed from a chore into a habit of awareness. I think of it like training wheels. In the beginning, you need the structure. You need the constant checking and balancing, or else you'll fall right back into bad habits. But after a while, when you've practiced long enough, you don't need to rely on the training wheels anymore. You've developed balance, discipline, and awareness. For me, calorie counting wasn't meant to be forever. It was meant to wake me up, to teach me what food really was, and then to guide me toward freedom. Now let's talk about calories in, calories out. I know some people hate that phrase. They'll tell you the human body is more complicated than math, that hormones and metabolism and genetics all play a role. And I agree, of course those things matter. But here's what I believe. No matter what, the bottom line is still the same. What doesn't go into your mouth cannot make you fatter. Period. I'm a big believer in calories in and calories out because in my life, it's the one thing that has always proven itself true. When I consistently ate in a calorie deficit, the weight came off. When I didn't, it didn't. It's not magic. It's not trendy. It's simple, and sometimes simplicity is what works best. Let me give you a real example. There was a time when I thought eating healthy meant I could eat as much as I wanted. I'd make a giant salad with olive oil, cheese, nuts, and dressing, and feel proud of myself. But when I tracked it, that healthy salad was pushing 1,200 calories, almost as much as a fast food meal. Without tracking, I never would have known. Calories in and calories out cut through that illusion. Because at the end of the day, your body doesn't care if the calories come from chicken, chips, or kale. The math still matters. Now, that doesn't mean counting calories is easy. There were times when it felt like a burden, when I was tired of logging, tired of scanning barcodes, tired of obsessing over numbers. But here's what I want to stress. That temporary discomfort built permanent awareness. Even today, when I don't log every bite, I carry that knowledge with me. I can look at a plate of food and estimate within 100 calories what I'm about to eat. I can feel the difference between a 400-calorie lunch and an 800-calorie lunch without needing an app to tell me. That's freedom. Because the point isn't to track forever. It's to learn enough that you don't need to anymore. For anyone thinking about counting calories, my advice is this: do it, but do it honestly. In the beginning, log everything. Every bite, every sip, every little snack you'd normally ignore. Use a food scale if you can, because our eyes lie to us. What you think is a tablespoon of peanut butter is usually 2 or 3. What looks like a small handful of chips can be 300 calories. Don't cheat yourself, because the only person you're fooling is you. And give it time. Don't expect perfection in a week. Calorie counting isn't about being perfect. It's about creating awareness and slowly building better habits. There's another lesson calorie counting taught me. Food is emotional. When you track, you start to see not just what you eat, but why you eat. I noticed that my highest calorie days almost always came when I was stressed, sad, or bored. Tracking made me face that. It wasn't just the pizza that was the problem. It was the way I was using food to cope. That awareness didn't fix my emotional eating overnight, but it exposed it. And once it's exposed, you can't unsee it. You can start working on it. I'll admit there were moments where calorie counting felt like prison. Times when I wished I could just eat without thinking, without numbers in my head. But here's the twist. By sticking with it, I eventually earned the freedom to do exactly that. Today, I don't have to count every calorie because I already know the patterns. My eating is consistent enough, my habits are strong enough, and my awareness is sharp enough that I can live without obsessing. That freedom only came because I first went through the discipline. And so when people ask me, does counting calories work for weight loss? My answer is yes, but only if you're willing to be honest, and only if you're willing to stick with it long enough for it to teach you. It's not magic, it's not a secret trick, but it works because it cuts through the lies. It forces you to face the truth, and the truth sets you free. For me, it started with obsession, it moved into awareness, and it ended with freedom. That's the journey. If you're starting out right now, maybe you're 50 pounds overweight, maybe 100, maybe more, and you're overwhelmed, unsure, and frustrated. Let me tell you this, counting calories could be the exact foundation you need. It won't solve everything overnight. It won't make weight loss easy, but it will give you the one thing you can't buy, can't fake, and can't replace: honesty. And from honesty, everything else begins to change. And if this message connects with you, do me a favor. Drop a comment below and tell me if you've ever tried calorie counting. Did it help you? Did it frustrate you? Did it wake you up? I want to hear your story too. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button so YouTube shows it to more people who might need to hear this today. Make sure to subscribe because I'll be sharing more of my weight loss journey, the mistakes I've made, and the things that actually work. Remember, small wins turn into big changes, and this is just the beginning.